Alright, guys, welcome back to Planet Coaster, to Dockland, where we what am I doing? Why am I singing? Bit crazy today, I guess. So yeah, look, we can claim a reward. We achieved the scenery rating of 420. Hashtag 420. Oh yeah. I wonder if that is a coincidence that they picked this number 420. Seems suspicious to me. Why is that so? Why do we all of a sudden have a scenery rating of 422? Actually, well, it is because of this. We have this ride I placed, I think in the last episode or maybe the episode before, and I got around to, yeah, turn it into what I wanted to do. This kind of spooky, thorny, nasty place of spookiness and thorniness, including, and that is really cool, this little swamp area here with smoke popping up. We have some smoke effects or gust effects down in there. And oh, I see we have a bit of floating flower here. Needs a fix. Hey, let me select that flower. This flower. Move down a bit and in. There we go. You can color flowers now, by the way. So I got some blue ones and purple ones in here. That's cool. Definitely want to use that more throughout the park. That makes things easier because we were stuck with these color combinations of yellow and then nothing else. Now we have all colors of the rainbow and more. And yeah, what did we do here? Well, we had this spooky merry-go-round thing, I guess. Some evil queen, whatever her name is, and I used these thorny bush elements to make this circle around it, and we got some spooky trees in here too. Just think it looks pretty cool. I put some fire effects in them, used a lot of trees to kind of frame this thing in a little bit, to have it more like a bit of a naturized swampy area, as mentioned, with the gusts and everything. And here we got a cool little entrance area. I think that turned out pretty great. It's a relatively simple build, compared to the complexity of some of the other things we made. But it was also a challenge, make something more natural and try to blend it in here well. Did the shoreline here too, so that is neat. That is pretty much finished up to here. So there needs to be some naturization work along the shore here. And then this whole region here would be finished, which is cool. It's good feeling. Let's check out our park management and see what the issue is. Like 26% think the park is amazing, great. The rest wants freaking heads and freaking balloons still. That's their main concern. Although the tightness here is getting a bit better. But still, the demand for these balloons and stuff is just outrageous. Whatever, Let's see what we do today. We should definitely have some more shops here. I want to try something. I'm gonna temporarily place shops down here and not necessarily, make them look better right away and start building here. But let's try that. So gift shops. Custom. So people still want heads and freaking balloons. Well, let's do this. Where is here? Loony balloonies. Let's place that here. So just so we have it. Loony balloons and just a memento. Those two guys. Open them up. So those are the things that I requested the most. We have two Heads Fantastic shops now, and two balloon shops and two memento shops. Let's see if that fills the demand. I mean, immediately people starting to queue up here, trying to get that stuff. It's crazy. You have 2,600, 2,700 people, everybody wants balloons. I don't know if that makes too much sense, that everybody is so... I think it needs a bit of rebalancing. I don't know. Well, who am I to judge? But I just feel, the demand here is just a bit too great, and people are obsessed with that stuff. Like immediately you open these shops, and people like, oh yeah, Balloons, oh, presents. Let me get it. Now everybody seems to wander over here. I mean, it clearly dissolves the situation here a little bit. I guess a bunch of those people here have their balloons already. So, let's see if we can spread it out. We might even need more of these shops. We're gonna keep those here and see, I'm gonna speed up the time a bit and see how the whole, spread of the people develops. Um, it just, we might end up having two more of these shops back here actually, but I want to see if we can kind of dissolve the situation here a little bit by having these two shops. And yeah, the only way to see that is speed up time, let the simulation run for a while, maybe wait through one full rotation of people, when a lot of them leave and then new ones come back. They probably then try to pick up stuff right here at the entrance. I guess their demand for that presents and stuff is there right away, as opposed to demand for food and thirst, hunger, and all these things. I guess they come into the park and are not immediately hungry. They wander around a bit and then turn into that. We need to understand these game mechanics to be able to make a optimal park. I mean, one thing's for sure, all of a sudden we have huge crowds of people being drawn over here. It's also interesting in the sense of, using these shops to do some sort of crowd control. Like, if you have an attraction, you want a lot of people to go there, you can set up some shops and a lot of people will wander towards it. Question is then, though, what do they do then? Okay, these guys come here. Balloons are best, heads fantastic, looks busy, I'll try somewhere else. They're going home, okay. Look at that. I mean, the whole freaking park now gets drawn to these shops. And now everything here is empty. It's like, it's so weird. Alright, so after this simulation ran for a little while, I was running with 3 times speed over a few days. It seems slowly but surely the crazy congestions are dissolving a little bit. I mean, there is some traffic here. What are these people trying to do? Heading to Looney Balloons. Heading to Coaster 9. Looney Balloons. Looney Balloons. Heads fantastic. So, yeah, here's also a bit of a crowd. Yeah, it's still people are just obsessed with these things. I don't know if that makes sense. I mean, it got a bit better. 28% say the park is great. The guest happiness went up quite a bit. We have 2 rides broken at the moment. Okay. I mean, these numbers were in the high 40s. Now we're in the low 30s. It probably means we need another at least two shops of these, like one of each type, like one Heads Fantastic shop and Memento and Looney Balloony thingies. I wonder if integrating some shops right here, but that would probably cause congestion here at the start right away. But I've been observing people a little bit, and they come into the park, and the first thing they want is like balloons. They already have their mindset to it. Here's some new people. Okay, they're headed to Coaster 9. They have balloons. Where are they coming from with balloons already? What, did they wander out here and then come back in? Where do they get these balloons from? Like this guy, where does he just come from? Okay. They're going, where are they going? Okay, they love chief beef. Wait, yeah. They've got pizza? What the? Oh, I love balloons, yeah. You don't say. This guy just popped up here. And then they come back in. How does this work? What? Yeah. I saw some people just appearing here. There. How do they end up here? The hell? This is and more. It seems like they're wandering to how do they end up here? They have balloons and then they get reset to the park entrance. This is okay. Didn't realize that. Yeah, they just pop up there. It's going to the toilet block. I mean, that doesn't help if people just randomly appear over there at the entrance and then have to make their way all the way back to over there. How does that work? Why is that happening? You know, that makes it really hard to come up with some logical way of crowd control. If people just get teleported to the entrance there, where do they come from? Why do they pop up? Hey, like those guys, yeah? Yeah. It's clearly happening. She needs a toilet now. Alright, I'll get it. Let's follow her a little bit and see where she's headed now. She's going to the toilet block. I mean, we got some toilets. Probably over there then, yeah. Well, now she's freaking out. Is she about to pee herself? What is she doing? Yep, she definitely needs to pee. There she is. Everybody got freaking balloons. Should just stop selling them. Or make them insanely expensive so nobody wants a damn balloon. But then people still would want to have a balloon. You know, they would still go there. I saw this suggestion here and there, just make the balloons super expensive. They still would want balloons. Then they will go there and be like, oh wow, balloons are so expensive, that sucks. And that would affect our park rating negatively, you know what I mean? So the demand for balloons will still be there. It's just a question if you have the proper pricing. So people actually want to buy stuff. That will not stop them from going there. Okay. She's hustling her way through the crowds. She's moving on quite a lot. Man, I feel for her. You know how it is when you really, really need to pee and you need to go somewhere and there's people in front of you not letting you. Not letting you through. You're like, oh, the only thing you can think about is going to the toilet and get relief. And when you finally do, it's a great feeling. Okay, she's standing in line now. Toilet block is free. Okay, she's going in there. Now let's observe her doing her... and she's happy again. Huh. Well, yeah, having shops over there dissolved the situation. That made everybody come over here to this. But in general, the congestions look better. I mean, there's a bunch of people here. What do they want? Yeah. Chief Beef, wow. Now they're going to just a Memento. Yeah. So their main concern is buying souvenirs and stuff like that. Okay. So we need to spread these shops out more. And we can only have them where we have wide roads, pretty much. Having them at, like, you know, our standard 4-meter wide roads will totally cause problems. Like this one here is causing a bit of an issue there, I fear. But still, people could walk over here and then come out here, which a lot of people are doing, and then hit the shops there. But in general, adding these two shops helped the congestion problem quite a bit. We got 2,700 and something people, but still, them just popping up down here and being teleported and whatnot, that is, I didn't expect that. That's a new behavior I'm observing here. Now she's going to the ATM and goes back to Cosmic Cow Milkshake. Canyon Runner, they changed their mind rather quickly. Well, I guess we have to live with it somehow. But in general, I think these two shops there will do very good. Okay guys, so I've been working here a little bit and I'm setting up a building, and it is bigger than I first intended it to be, but I think it will work out because it's staggered a bit, and yeah, we still get our impressive view on the castle here, and I think it's working out nice. It's gonna be a bit mundane, imperial build with a lot of wood here. Right now it obviously looks super plain, but believe me, I have a plan for this building and it will look pretty great. We will have a big balcony coming over and probably going all the way around this tower here and ending up here in this little niche. I think that will work out great. But it's gonna be a lot of work to kind of, make it look the way I want to. And I've intended I will start here at the tower and then work my way out. I might have to insert individual pieces here because I'd like to have this little trim here so the tower is a little bit wider, but at the moment I can't really, close this gap, so I might have to come in with a second building, stagger that into each other to make this look proper. And yeah, that's the plan. That's how the building looks as of now. You have to use your imagination. It will be great. I want to build a roof terrace with this one up here, so I will try to come up with a way to make an exit up there, and then have some tables and chairs and things up here, and maybe some plants, it's like a roof garden, and I think that would work out great. And obviously we also, let me quickly see, wall decorations. We should have these guys here helping us, but we need to make them really dark so it works out. It's like here, this will break up the building a bit, so it kind of is representing what we have going on in our main entrance building a little bit. Like that. And then color wise I will go quite dark. Let's see, really dark facade, grayish, even in the really dark like that. And that also should be like that to give some accents up here, you know what I mean? And then also work with some darker wood. Kind of, I need to match the colors, but that is kind of the plan. And then we have, for example, two of those here to kind of blend in a bit. Why does the gable turn? Okay. I think that works out though. So we have these two here, and then probably also use one of those. Let's copy it, F it, X it. Have one of those up there in the tower. Should look pretty good. Scoot it up a bit. Maybe a smaller one. Although, it's not too bad, not too bad. I mean, there's these other ones, where were they? Could use this or eventually this here. So, might go with the big guy up here. I think that would look pretty cool. And then maybe have another one over here. So let's just copy it. F, X, bring it up, about the same height. Looks about right. Scoot it in, up to here. Yeah. I think that works. No? Then we need some of those here, you know, just to break up the roof line a bit. So we're gonna center them as good as possible. And then, yeah, we should also bring them down. Let's see, so we can have them at the same height. Yep, that's about right. Let's bring them over here. Make sure we have it the same, so it's just poking out there. Something like that should work out, just to break the roof line up a bit. And then maybe here we have a smaller, another gable. Yeah, but this is the general flow of this building, and I think it would turn out pretty great if you keep adding to it. I mean, can I, like with the roof pieces here? No, okay, that wood is brownish. We cannot really do much about it, but I guess that's fine. And then, what is that, by the way? Ah, okay, that's that decorative course. Then we would come in with wood and start decking it out. You know, all wood, not only wood wall pieces, please. Yeah, with those wooden pillars, and we make them really dark. Yep, here needs to be, for example, here we would have a wooden border. Let's put that there for now. Make it really dark, like blackish dark. And that would match up pretty well with what we have going on so far. Then we do a wood trim here, and yeah, keep working with that. Then of course we need to do a bunch of windows, and yeah, the tower is gonna be interesting. I think it will turn out pretty great. I have a vision for it. And yeah, so we do this here, and then we also need wall trim. Those decorative trims, where were they? Arches, columns, arches, frameworks, wall decorations. Not of wood though. Where are those guys here? No. Use them, and they're already dark, so that's what I want to use here, and I think it should be a nice color theme. Maybe we have to come in and change a bit of the looks of the white we have going on. Might be too bright, but this way we can also disguise these gaps here. I don't even have to come in with individual wall pieces. We could do something like that, although I think it makes sense to start it up here, right? I mean, that's more like it. And then come up with the dark pieces here. Yeah, let's get another one in there, something like that. Frame this tower in, but I don't want to go too heavy with those guys. But it matches nicely with the wood, you know. And then, yeah, we can work something out. And I think it will be a great building. So let me work on it a little bit, see how far we get. It's gonna be a bigger project. It's gonna take some time to detail that out properly. Alrighty, guys. I've been at it for way too long. Man, oh man. Yeah, the detail in this game is just insane, and it takes a lot of time to work out something you like. At least it takes a long time for me. And yeah, this is what I got so far. I started doing the wooden framing, the Fachwerk, as is the technical term for it in German language, Fachwerk. Um, and yeah, I think it looks really cool. My plan is, as you can see, this is like more a like a hexadiagonal setup, and it's around the round tower, so it kind of, blends both things together. And it made sense. The wooden framework is kind of supporting everything here. And then, yeah, it kind of comes together with a round tower being built in there. Working out some window designs down here. I like them. I like the big windows on top here. Probably hang some flowers there too later. And yeah, overall pretty decent. But yeah, it took me a good 2.5 hours until now setting this up, because yeah, you need to work out a certain look for your things, and then you get a bit more of a flow, and then things kind of come together. And yeah, the wooden work has to be symmetrical everywhere, not at all. It just needs to be logical. You have some support beams where, for example, colors cross into each other, like here, or where it makes sense structurally. Yeah, I hooked up a door here. I think that door works out really well. So people can get out on the balcony up here, which I will have to do a nice custom railing, I suppose. Here we need some more windows, obviously. A nice setup for that. It has some interesting nooks and crannies in this house here. I mean, right here, obviously I need a ceiling, I just realized. But this will be more a setback area. Maybe, an outside storage, a pantry outside, what people often had in these days. But overall, I like the color scheme a lot. I might come in here and change the color of this to something a little bit more bright. But, it flows well with the other buildings we have going on, color-wise. It's a nice new roof color we're introducing here. And I think in overall we will have a really nice building here. 2 shops as of now. Might add another shop here. This is just a memento. This is a Looney Balloon. And we definitely can fit in another store down here if need be. What's up with this wall here? Oh yeah, there's a bit of a weird corner here. Let me quickly see if we can fix that somehow. Let's copy that. Make sure we have the right dimensions set up. No, this corner wants to be a bit weird, but it doesn't matter. We will have a wooden framing coming down there, so that should be fine. Yeah, it's slightly off there, but yeah, because this wall is sitting on the outside edge, that should correct it a bit. Yeah, and then we just have a wooden beam here. And we can copy one of those guys, scoot that over a bit to make this corner a bit nicer. Something like that. Then we get this little thing moved on, and it will keep on going to over here. But it gives it a nice corner here, why not? This is pretty much the direction we headed. We can have some scenery and stuff right in front here. But overall, pretty good build. And I like that the castle really stands out, or our train station really stands out from the rest. And sure, some stuff is blocked here, but I still think it's good enough. When you come around here, you have a new area pretty much. And yeah, the building is big enough to fill this gap here. And it's also a challenge to make a bigger building that looks smooth and compact. But so far I think we're achieving that. Might add a little tower back here as well. We'll see. But yeah, for now, for today, I want to call it. I guess the episode is a bit shorter than usual. But yeah, I want to live stream today. And also, I have to really confess, today I feel a little bit down. I don't want to be, negative Nancy here or anything, but as you know, there was, yeah, you can call it a terrorist attack now in Germany, and then, all kinds of other stuff going on around the world. There was an assassination on the Turkish ambassador, and, it is kind of killing my mood a little bit. As you know, I'm politically very interested, and it's hard for me to ignore these things and just go like, yeah, well, you know, happy camper, nothing happened, ignore it. It's really hard for me to do. And sometimes there is a nice German word. It's called Weltschmerz. That means, sometimes these things really, really get to you and affect you in a negative way. And for me, as I'm a passionate person, I just can't understand why people, would do stuff like that, senseless killing, murder. And yeah, it's not easy for me always, to be the happy guy, entertaining you and always being super positive and stuff like that. I guess it is just human, right? I'm a human being. I'm no content producing robot, and I'm trying my best, to be something positive for you. When the world sometimes goes crazy, and I know a lot of people, also go to YouTube to forget about these things and just, have a good time. And I'm really, really trying my best not to be affected and always be there for you as good as I can. And I hope you're there for me too in times of need. Right now I'm still hanging in there, but holy moly, yeah, the latest events in world politics and stuff really, really, really affect me sometimes negatively. I need to stop worrying about these things too much. Some people were suggesting, man, just don't watch media or news again and stuff like that. But I think just, putting your hand in the sand and just, pretend nothing is happening, that is really hard for me to do. As a person who, as I said, is aware of what's going on around them, right? So I can't always just say, screw it. I try my best to do it. That rhymed. And with that said, guys, make sure to stay close to your loved ones, especially around now, around Christmas time. Crazy shit can happen. And give them a hug. Stay close to your loved ones. Those are the ones you can rely on in any case, whatever happens. And that is really important. I love you too, I have my well-being also depends a lot on, how you guys comment and how you are treating me nicely, especially in the live streams and stuff. But always keep in mind, family first. This is the closest you can have, the best you can have. And never forget that. Always make sure to appreciate what you got, right? So with that said, a bit of a serious note in the end. I'm gonna keep on building, and I'm also gonna do a live stream later today because I feel like I need to talk about things a little bit that are going on with me and moving me inside. I need to get that off my chest, and I hope some of you guys will come by and listen. Doc M77 live. And I see you next episode. Well, and I probably will have made a lot of progress with this build. And until then, bye guys.